Hello students. It is interesting as we go through the different sections on what witches do, and you realize that you probably have heard this before in other um, you know themes or places, such as for example when you go to the doctor and we talk about healing. You have listened about nutrition and health, and so a lot of the things that we're saying might not be new, but I just wanted to make sure because they always come us with some questions. People come out with questions about what do we just eat, where do we live, how do we heal, what kind of professions are the most pagans on, things like that. So, um, how do witches differ from Cowans as far as taking care of their health? Well, witches come from a long line of healers. Many witches seek health and wellness rather than just the absence of pain or other symptoms. Exercise, nutrition, clean air and water, rest and relaxation are priorities. Most witches respond to illness and injury with a combination of modern medicine and traditional, non-invasive cures. We are more open to other difference of healing than what will say the average person. So a lot of witches practice energy work, herbs, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic healing, aromatherapy, soul retrieval, hypnosis, and much more. Witches also use yoga, Pilates, Feldenkrais, Alexander Technique, Reiki, and a host of other modalities. Most Wiccans are not totally adverse to allopathic medicine. We understand that there is a place for it. However, we don't really agree with drugs or surgery, but we see that as only one part of the healing realm. Mental and emotional health therapies are just as diverse. So, some witches might try psychoanalysis, but they're probably more likely to go for something such as music therapy, art therapy, equine therapy, Jungian therapy, humanistic, or just meet around the bonfire therapy. If you want to get really witchy, then you can use a combination of methods such as divination, ritual, and spell work as part of your wellness program. Witches know that the body is more than a flesh machine. The mind, energy field, emotions, and spirit are all essential to wholeness and harmony. A large part of this is your energy field. We do believe in chakras or running energies. So what is a chakra? We're going to explain. And you can also learn more about chakras if you're interested in this part in my chakras course or in my crystals course. So the fire part of you is your will and desire and passion, but also your energy field. The human body is permeated and animated by electromagnetic energy. The human aura is the glow from that field that can be seen visually or sensed in other ways. Everyone has an energy field, even the dead. But yours, assuming you are not dead, of course, is very obvious and easy to work with. Your energy field is essential to life and health, so it deserves quality time and attention. Within the human energy field, the places where the power concentrates are called chakras. There are 7 major chakras and many minor ones. As far as we know, there are more than 300 and some chakras. The simplest way to sense your energy field, including both aura and chakras, is to be still for a few minutes, ground and center, become aware of your energy. It's a little like a regular breast self-exam, or the guy equivalent, and that you have the chance to notice if something is wrong and treat it. Many people can see the energy field, some in color, some in shades of gray, but If you want to do an exercise that's very simple, you can look yourself in the mirror, and you may first notice, if you continue to look in the mirror, an overglow extending out for a couple of feet, or perhaps a brighter inner layer that surrounds the body close to the skin. Now, I have to say that as a healer, I have not seen the aura. I don't have that kind of tool or power, but I have felt the aura and the energy healer and the energy field of a person. And you can do that while you are actually doing healing work or polarity work, energy healing work, or just simply a massage. Some people sense auras in other ways. So you might feel an aura kinesthetically. You might feel a warmth or a sense of thickening of the air. When you hold your palm over the chakra, there might be a slight tingle or pressure. If you're very auditory, then imagine the note that your aura is humming. Some people might have clairaudience. Now, it is good to meditate, as we said before, and this will make your chakras better, because your chakra is reflecting events in your life, and it tells you what you need to do to heal. So mentally check each one of your chakras and choose a color to support the weakest one. The root or base chakra, if that is weak, wear red, brown, or black for survival. This covers the basic material needs and grounding. If the sexual or sacral chakra is weak, wear orange for creativity or procreation. If the energy or solar plexus chakra is weak, wear yellow for power and the ability to manifest your goals. If the heart chakra is weak, wear light green or rose for love and emotional health. If the throat chakra is weak, wear blue, aqua, or turquoise for communication and clarity. If the third eye chakra is weak, wear indigo or dark blue for intuition, psychic ability, and perceptivity. If the crown chakra is weak, wear violet or white for spiritual enlightenment, wisdom, and connection to the divine. Now, how about relationships and connections? Every living thing is an aspect of the deity. When you interact with another being, that relationship is deity face to face with deity. Some beings are highly intelligent, some are not. Some are consciously aware of their own divinity, most are ignorant. Some are in harmony with their own sacred nature and live as perfect expressions of the divine. Others are damaged, alienated, and filled with fear and hatred. But all beings are sacred, whether they know it or not. Therefore, from the witch's perspective, all relationships must include respect, acceptance of differences, and recognition of immanent divinity. Adults in relationships should be able to look at each other and realize, thou art goddess, thou art God. When adults make a commitment, they may participate in a hand fasting. This is sometimes called the Wiccan equivalent of marriage, that it is not identical to a Main Street marriage. A hand fasting ceremony may include a woman and a man, or two people of the same sex, or three or more adults. The partners may commit for a year and a day, and then decide whether the commitment should dissolve or be renewed. However, they may also hand fast for as long as love shall last, for a lifetime or for eternity. Sometimes relationships end, and then a hand parting ceremony is held. If possible, each party is released and sent forth with as much gratitude and good feeling as possible. Another special relationship common to witches is that of a coven mate or coven sister or brother. This will be explained later on. but there is also a bond of loyalty and goodwill between all members of the craft. How about sexuality and love and pleasure? Sexuality is a blessing from the goddess and part of the celebration of life. Yet, if one party is exploited or coerced, or a promise to a partner is betrayed, or a woman becomes pregnant but is not happily so, then the gift has been tainted by human cruelty or foolishness. All acts of love and pleasure are my rituals, says the goddess. Generally, any relationship is acceptable when it's between consenting adults and does not harm them or others. What about premarital sex? The same standard applies. Will it harm anyone? If it results in guilt, anger, disease, or unwanted pregnancy, it violates the Rede. This is one of our laws. What is not okay are power over, exploitative relationships. It is not okay sexual activity between an adult and a child or a younger person. This is wrong. It cannot be a relationship of equals. It is not okay sexual activity with someone else's partner unless all parties have consented to an open relationship. Sexual activity is wrong if one partner conceals having a sexually transmitted disease and imperils his or her sexual partner. Sexual activity is wrong if you are not ready and willing to take care for the children and yet you fail to use birth control. The freedom to be and to choose is paramount within the boundaries set by the Rede. Our community welcomes straight people, gay people, bisexual people, transgender people, and those who cannot or will not identify themselves in any category. Many of our most respected leaders and teachers have some alternative sexual orientation. Are we totally free of bias and bigotry? Of course not. We still have a lot of work to do. But most often we judge a person by their character and accomplishments and not by their sexual orientation. Some conservative covens do focus on the male-female pairings that are central to any fertility-oriented religion. Many orders are not worried about promoting human fertility, since we seem to be rapidly overpopulating the planet. It is true also that some covens might be only female-oriented, and there's no sexual connotation to these female covens. The general attitude towards human sexuality in the craft is very open and positive. In the past, witches have been accused of everything from carnal knowledge of the devil to mass orgies by moonlight, so we want to make sure those ridiculous stereotypes are not spread any farther. Joyous sexualities and responsible ethical behavior can coexist in the craft, and they come as a package. In the next video, we're gonna talk about children and how to protect our children and animal companions, how to have a familiar in your household. I see you then.